happy Tuesday, Mid-Missouri. Today is a weather alert day. We're tracking 2 rounds of severe weather. Well, 1 potential round of severe weather and then 1 more likely. We've got round 1 this afternoon and we've got round 2 on the way for the overnight hours. Both rounds have the potential to bring us hail, wind, and tornadoes. The question is, though, round 1, will we actually see it develop? Will we break the cap? That's the uncertainty in this forecast. It's all surrounding round 1. Round 2 is becoming more evident that we will see storms along a cold front and maybe just out ahead of a cold front. And that will, of course, bring us all types of hazards. But round 1 potentially could be high impact if it develops. And that's where there's a lot of concern in today's forecast. Future track energy showing abundant amounts of energy south of a warm front that lifts throughout the day today. This has us really warm, has us really humid as well, but there's what we're not seeing when we walk around outside, which is there's a lot of instability. There's a lot of energy in the atmosphere. What you also can't see from this perspective is that there's a cap over a lot of it. So what I mean by that is there is all this instability typically in the atmosphere on a typical setup. What we call a normal profile, we see warm air here at the surface and cold air in the atmosphere above us. And that creates this pattern of rising air and that creates clouds and creates thunderstorms. What we have today in place of our normal profile is a capped profile, what we call a capping inversion. There's a layer of warm air getting moved into mid-Missouri with all this warmth just above our heads, and that's trapping air at the surface and keeping it from rising. And if that holds, which is the best case scenario for us today, we see storms really fail to initiate during the afternoon, which really kind of removes us from the heat of the day tornado risk. If we don't see anything this afternoon, we can't have severe weather if we don't have storms. So that's what we're hoping for. It's more likely where this higher risk area is that we see the cap erode, and there's also better lift, better spin, and so overall the tornado risk this afternoon is centered across eastern Iowa and northeastern Missouri. And if you head towards mid-Missouri, that risk lowers a little bit. It's not gone. In fact, it's still relatively high. It's a 3 out of 5. The concern there, of course, is if we have storms develop, they could be dangerous. Tonight, overnight tonight, we'll have another tornado risk, and this is more centered around the cold front and the winds out ahead of a cold front. So what we're looking at here is a risk that develops about 10 o'clock tonight, and this is where we could also have strong, long-lived tornadoes. So either here or there's a chance we fall out in between, but it's not a certainty. We need to be prepared. We need to be paying attention to the forecast today, or we're really paying attention to radar. Here's what it looks like, future track. We're looking at maybe a shower or storm developing along a warm front through early to mid-morning, but that won't likely be severe. That passes on without much issue for us. And then we're looking at a lot of sunshine and a lot of wind from the south, and those two things get us into the upper 80s for a high this afternoon. If storms develop and future track doesn't look excited about that happening, we could see strong storms with potential for large hail, long-lived tornadoes, strong tornadoes. That would be in the 2 o'clock to 5, 6, 7 o'clock window. That's becoming more evident to our north. It's not a certainty locally, and really not a certainty anywhere, but a better chance for this happening is across eastern Iowa. Here locally, we've got a slightly better chance, I think, with this late evening round. Storms developing out ahead of this cold front. We could be watching this for the potential for tornadoes, strong tornadoes potentially as well, and large hail. Now this cold front moves in behind that next round, and really we'll conclude this into both of these features being round 2. But along this cold front, we'll see a line of storms develop. And this is where we'll have a locally lower chance for strong tornadoes. We keep the chance for tornadoes in this line, but they're going to be the quick spin-up type tornadoes that we typically see along these frontal lines that pass through. A big chance for damaging wind and hail still with these storms late tonight into early tomorrow morning. Notice the time that this is passing, about 4 a.m. or so. And then it's still on the board, likely around sunrise, but it's pushing eastward where you can see them get a little stronger as they leave. So behind this comes in some drier and cooler air. It sets us up for a sunny and cool day with a high in the upper 50s, near 60, and then we'll do that again on Thursday. So some quieter weather on the way for the end of the week. Today's forecast including a chance for storms throughout the afternoon. If we see those storms, we're looking at a pretty good chance for some strong thunderstorms, potential for hail and tornadoes there as well. So again, here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Things are getting quiet towards the end of the week, and we're setting ourselves up for a beautiful day on Saturday.